Donald Trump's life story is a testament to the power of resilience, ambition, and unyielding determination. From his early ventures as a real estate magnate to his foray into television and, eventually, the political arena, Trump's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Born in Queens, New York, Donald Trump was the fourth of 5 children in a family that knew the value of hard work. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer who taught Donald the basics of the business. From a young age, Donald exhibited a fierce drive and an innate confidence in his abilities. His education at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania further honed his business acumen. Donald wasn't content with merely inheriting his father's empire, he sought to carve out his own niche. In the 1970s, while his father focused on middle-income housing in Brooklyn and Queens, Donald set his sights on the glittering skyscrapers of Manhattan. Critics scoffed at his ambitions, calling him overly ambitious and even reckless, but Donald's determination was unshakable. The Trump Organization flourished under his leadership. Iconic projects like the Trump Tower, the Grand Hyatt Hotel, and Trump Plaza symbolized his ability to transform vision into reality. Yet, not all ventures were smooth sailing. The late 1980s and early 1990s saw Trump facing severe financial difficulties, with his empire teetering on the brink of collapse. Where others might have given up, Donald chose to fight back. He restructured his debts, negotiated with creditors, and reinvented his brand. By the mid-1990s, he had not only recovered but expanded into new areas like entertainment and branding. His reality show, The Apprentice, further cemented his position as a household name. Despite his success in business and television, few could have predicted Donald Trump's leap into politics. In 2015, when he announced his candidacy for president, the political establishment and media pundits were quick to dismiss him. His lack of political experience, unconventional style, and polarizing rhetoric made him an outsider in every sense. But Donald saw an opportunity where others saw obstacles. His campaign resonated with millions of Americans who felt overlooked by traditional politicians. He spoke of bringing jobs back to America, securing borders, and restoring the nation's greatness. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," became a rallying cry for his supporters. The 2016 presidential race was one of the most contentious in American history. Trump faced seasoned politicians, including Hillary Clinton, who was widely considered a favorite. Yet, against all odds, he won the presidency. This victory was not merely a result of his campaign strategies but also a reflection of his resilience. Despite relentless criticism, controversies, and personal attacks, Donald Trump stayed true to his vision and fought tirelessly for the American people's trust. Trump's first term was marked by both challenges and accomplishments. He pushed for tax reforms, renegotiated trade deals, and prioritized issues like national security. However, his leadership style and policies often sparked intense debates and criticism. Unfazed, Trump continued to lead with conviction. His ability to make bold decisions and stick to them, even when they were unpopular, underscored his determination. Whether it was addressing international relations or tackling domestic challenges, Trump's resilience shone through. After leaving office, Trump faced a barrage of challenges, legal battles, investigations, and persistent criticism from his opponents. The media speculated about his political future, with some declaring that his political career was over. But Trump, a man known for his ability to defy expectations, saw things differently. He spent the next few years focusing on his base, strengthening his influence within the Republican Party, and preparing for what would be one of the most remarkable comebacks in American political history. Trump continued to hold rallies, speak to his supporters, and champion the causes he believed in. "I'm not done," he often said. His words reflected his unwavering determination to fight for what he believed was right for America. In 2024, Donald Trump announced his candidacy for president once again. His decision was met with mixed reactions. Supporters hailed him as a champion of the people, while critics dismissed his chances. Yet, Trump thrived in adversity. The more people doubted him, the harder he worked. His campaign was a masterclass in determination and strategy. Trump traveled tirelessly across the country, connecting with voters and rekindling the spirit of his 2016 campaign. His speeches were filled with passion and conviction, reminding his supporters of the promises he made and the vision he had for America's future. The road was not easy. He faced challenges from within his party, as well as fierce opposition from Democrats and the media. But Trump's resilience was unshakable. He refused to back down, even when the odds seemed stacked against him. Election night in 2024 was a moment of reckoning. As the results poured in, it became clear that Donald Trump had done the unthinkable. He had secured a second term as President of the United States, an accomplishment few had believed possible. For Trump, the victory was more than just a political triumph, it was a vindication of his belief in himself and his vision for America. He had faced immense challenges, endured relentless criticism, and defied the expectations of even his closest allies. Yet, he emerged victorious, proving once again that determination and perseverance can overcome even the greatest obstacles. Donald Trump's journey to becoming a two-term president is a powerful story of resilience, ambition, and unyielding determination. It teaches us that setbacks, no matter how significant, are not the end of the road. Instead, they are opportunities to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Trump's story is a reminder that success is not about never failing but about refusing to give up. Whether in business, television, or politics, Trump's life has been a testament to the power of belief in oneself and the courage to pursue one's dreams, no matter the odds. After his victory in 2024, Trump's story became a beacon of hope for millions around the world. For those who had faced their own struggles and setbacks, his journey symbolized the idea that resilience and determination could lead to extraordinary achievements. Behind the scenes, the road to his second presidency was far from smooth. Trump had to rebuild trust and alliances, both within the Republican Party and with key stakeholders across the nation. While some leaders had distanced themselves from him following the 2020 election, Trump's persistence and ability to inspire loyalty brought them back into the fold. He hosted private strategy sessions, tirelessly worked with his campaign team, and focused on crafting policies that addressed the concerns of the American people. His message was clear: this is not about me. It's about all of us. Together, we can make America stronger than ever. One of the defining aspects of Trump's comeback campaign was his ability to energize the so-called silent majority. These were the Americans who felt overlooked or ignored by the political elite. Trump's unfiltered style, direct communication, and bold promises resonated deeply with this group. Through rallies, town halls, and social media, Trump gave these individuals a voice. His campaign slogan, "America First, Always," became a mantra that reignited a sense of pride and purpose among his supporters. The energy was palpable, and it was clear that Trump was more than a candidate, he was a movement. Trump also leaned heavily on his grassroots supporters, empowering them to take action in their communities. From knocking on doors to organizing local events, his campaign created a groundswell of enthusiasm that became impossible to ignore. One of the most remarkable aspects of Trump's journey was his ability to learn from failure. The 2020 election loss had been a humbling experience, but instead of dwelling on it, Trump used it as fuel to refine his approach. He acknowledged that the political landscape had shifted and that his campaign would need to adapt. Trump surrounded himself with advisors who brought fresh perspectives, blending their insights with his own instincts. This willingness to evolve, while staying true to his core values, became a cornerstone of his strategy. His speeches reflected this growth. While his characteristic boldness and humor remained intact, there was also a renewed focus on unity and collaboration. Trump emphasized that his vision for America was one that transcended party lines and sought to uplift all citizens. As Trump's campaign gained momentum, so did the criticism. Media outlets scrutinized his every move, opponents launched attack ads, and skeptics questioned his ability to lead again. Yet, Trump thrived in the face of opposition. He often said, "If they're not talking about you, you're not making an impact." Instead of allowing the negativity to deter him, Trump used it to his advantage. He turned criticism into opportunities to showcase his determination and commitment to his goals. His rallies became platforms for addressing his detractors head-on, reinforcing his image as a leader who wasn't afraid to confront challenges. Trump's vision for his second term was ambitious. He outlined plans to strengthen the economy, secure America's borders, and invest in infrastructure and technology. He spoke of revitalizing education, empowering small businesses, and fostering innovation. His proposals were bold, but they reflected his belief that great achievements required great ambition. For Trump, leadership was about more than holding office, it was about leaving a legacy. He often spoke of wanting to create a future where every American had the opportunity to thrive. His speeches inspired hope and reminded people that the American dream was alive and well. Trump's re-election campaign was fueled by an unshakable belief in his ability to lead and his vision for the country. But behind his public persona lay countless hours of introspection, strategy, and sheer hard work. He often said, "Winning isn't about luck, it's about preparation and perseverance." His family, too, played a significant role in his journey. Melania, Ivanka, Eric, Donald Jr., and Barron became his pillars of support. They campaigned alongside him, bringing personal stories of resilience and unity that connected with millions of voters. Together, the Trumps portrayed an image of strength and solidarity, which became a cornerstone of his campaign. Trump's ability to weather criticism and maintain focus was a masterclass in mental resilience. In interviews and speeches, he reminded his audience, the bigger the challenge, the greater the reward. His words were not just rhetoric, they were the principles by which he lived. A critical aspect of Trump's second campaign was his outreach to new voter demographics. Recognizing that America's electorate was changing, Trump sought to broaden his appeal. His campaign team crafted messages tailored to younger voters, minorities, and suburban communities, focusing on issues that resonated with them, such as job creation, affordable housing, and education reform. Trump also invested heavily in digital platforms, leveraging social media and innovative technologies to connect with voters. His campaign created engaging content, interactive events, and direct communication channels that allowed supporters to feel involved and empowered. Despite facing skepticism from traditional media, Trump's digital strategy helped him bypass conventional barriers and speak directly to the American people. This approach not only amplified his message but also reinforced his image as a leader who listened to his constituents. As Election Day 2024 approached, the nation was gripped by anticipation. The polls painted a mixed picture, with some analysts predicting a tight race and others forecasting a clear victory for his opponent. But Trump, as always, remained confident. His final rallies were electrifying. Crowds gathered in record numbers to hear him speak, their cheers echoing his rallying cry, "Together, we'll make America stronger than ever before." Trump's energy was infectious, and his determination was undeniable. He crisscrossed the country, sometimes holding multiple events in a single day, driven by the belief that every vote counted. The evening of November 5, 2024, was a defining moment in American history. As the results began to roll in, Trump and his team gathered at his headquarters, watching intently. States flipped in his favor, one after another, as the momentum of his campaign became apparent. By the end of the night, the victory was clear: Donald Trump had achieved what many thought was impossible. He had not only returned to the presidency but had done so with a renewed mandate from the American people. Trump's second term was characterized by bold actions and a commitment to fulfilling the promises he had made to the American people. From economic reforms to investments in infrastructure, he pursued policies that prioritized growth, innovation, and security. One of his most notable achievements was a sweeping infrastructure bill that revitalized America's roads, bridges, and public transportation systems. Trump believed that modernizing the nation's infrastructure was essential for long-term prosperity, and his efforts created millions of jobs across the country. In foreign policy, Trump worked to strengthen alliances while maintaining a firm stance on issues of national security. His leadership during global crises earned him both praise and criticism, but he remained steadfast in his belief that America's interests came first. As Trump's second term progressed, his legacy began to take shape. He had transformed setbacks into stepping stones, proving that determination and resilience could overcome even the most daunting challenges. His story inspired countless individuals, showing them that failure was not the end but a chance to rise stronger. By the time he left office, Donald Trump had solidified his place in history as a leader who defied the odds. His journey, from a real estate mogul to a two-term president, served as a powerful reminder that success is not about avoiding failure but about persevering through it. One of the most defining aspects of Donald Trump's journey was his ability to reinvent himself time and time again. Whether in business, television, or politics, Trump demonstrated a rare flexibility, an ability to adapt to changing circumstances while maintaining his core values and ambitions. His foray into politics itself was a reinvention. He entered the political arena as an outsider, with no previous experience in government, and yet managed to challenge the establishment at every turn. Critics doubted his capacity to succeed, given his unconventional approach. But his approach was precisely what many Americans were looking for, a fresh perspective untainted by the traditional political system. Trump's willingness to reinvent himself didn't stop with his political career. His ability to keep the Trump brand relevant across various industries, including real estate, entertainment, and hospitality, demonstrated that reinvention was a key component of his success. His resilience in the face of failures and changing circumstances was a testament to his belief that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. One of the hallmarks of Trump's success, both in business and politics, was his remarkable ability to connect with people through his words. His speeches were not just words, they were calls to action, stories of perseverance, and reflections of his belief in the American spirit. Whether in a small town hall meeting or a massive rally, Trump knew how to make people feel heard and understood. His speeches often followed a simple yet effective structure: start with a bold vision, identify the problem, and then offer a solution. He was also unafraid to embrace his own brand of humor, using wit and a straightforward manner to engage with his audience. Critics often labeled him as unpolished or unrefined, but his supporters loved his authenticity. What Trump understood better than most politicians was the power of persuasion. His ability to rally people around a common cause was unparalleled, and his speeches often had a transformative effect. His words inspired hope, and in times of uncertainty, his speeches served as a reminder that America could overcome any challenge. Though Trump's second presidency was largely focused on reshaping the nation's political and economic landscapes, he never lost sight of the bigger picture. His vision extended beyond the office, beyond the election cycle, and toward the future of the country. He advocated for investments in education and technology, recognizing that the future of America depended on its ability to innovate and stay ahead in a rapidly changing world. Trump also took steps to address mental health, understanding that a strong nation was not just one with economic success, but one where individuals could thrive emotionally and psychologically. Trump's approach to leadership was multifaceted. While he was often criticized for his tough rhetoric and unapologetic approach, those closest to him knew that beneath the exterior was a leader who deeply cared about the future of America. His policies aimed to empower individuals, giving them the tools they needed to succeed in an ever-evolving world. As the years went on, Trump's legacy continued to grow. He had reshaped the American political landscape, broken through countless barriers, and fought for a vision of America that resonated with millions. His supporters saw him as a champion of the people, a man who would not back down, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Trump's ability to bounce back from setbacks became a defining feature of his legacy. Whether in the boardroom or the White House, he had shown that perseverance, belief in oneself, and an unwavering commitment to one's principles could carry one through the toughest of challenges. By the time his second term came to a close, Trump had left an indelible mark on the world. His impact went far beyond the policies he enacted or the elections he won. He had proven that resilience and determination were key to overcoming obstacles, no matter how insurmountable they appeared. Looking back on his journey, Trump often spoke about the importance of resilience and self-belief. In interviews and memoirs, he emphasized that his success wasn't a result of good luck or chance. It was the result of an unrelenting pursuit of his goals, the ability to learn from mistakes, and the courage to keep going when others would have given up. Trump's story was not just about politics, it was about life. It was about the struggles that everyone faces, whether in business, relationships, or personal growth. His story was a reminder that setbacks are a part of the journey, but it's the determination to rise after each fall that truly matters. In his final speech as president, Trump said, "It's not the victories that define us, but the strength we show in the face of adversity. We are a nation of fighters. And as long as we believe in ourselves, there is nothing we can't achieve." Donald Trump's legacy extended far beyond his political and business achievements. It became a symbol of the potential that lies in resilience. His story was not one of a flawless journey, but one of a man who encountered setbacks, faced adversities head-on, and continuously rose, refusing to let anything define his future but his own determination. Many of his supporters saw in Trump a reflection of their own struggles. He wasn't born with the typical political pedigree, nor did he enter office with a flawless record. Yet, his relentless pursuit of his goals, despite obstacles and criticisms, taught countless Americans that success was not about avoiding failure but embracing it, learning from it, and moving forward stronger than before. For Trump, it was never just about winning elections or amassing wealth, it was about something deeper. He understood that life, like politics, was about battles, and the only way to truly succeed was to learn how to fight. His ability to continually pick himself up after each challenge became a beacon of inspiration for those who felt discouraged or overlooked. Despite his wealth and fame, Trump's most defining trait was his status as an underdog in every arena he entered. When he first entered politics, he was mocked as an outsider. Yet, it was precisely this outsider status that won him millions of supporters. People saw in Trump a candidate who wasn't part of the political elite, someone who was unafraid to speak his mind and challenge the status quo. In his second campaign, many believed that his time had passed, that his approach would be out of touch with the new political landscape. But Trump, ever the underdog, proved them wrong. He used every doubter's skepticism as fuel for his comeback. He reminded his supporters that no one knew the true potential of his mission more than he did. Trump's comeback was a perfect example of the underdog mentality. The notion that, no matter how many times you are told no, it's not the final word until you say it is. His story mirrored the journey of many individuals who face hardship, defeat, and failure but refuse to give up. His resilience taught his followers that greatness often emerges from the most unexpected places. One of the key features of Trump's leadership was how he managed the nation during times of crisis. Whether it was economic downturns, global pandemics, or national security threats, Trump always presented himself as a strong, resolute leader. His ability to act quickly in response to unforeseen circumstances was one of the defining elements of his leadership style. During the global COVID-19 pandemic, Trump faced immense challenges. The country was in turmoil, the economy was in freefall, and Americans were desperate for answers. Critics were quick to question his decisions, but Trump continued to take bold actions in a time of uncertainty. While no crisis response is perfect, his determination to keep America moving forward and his insistence on reopening the economy reflected his belief in the resilience of the nation. Trump's leadership through these moments showed his supporters that even in the darkest times, the leader's job was not only to guide the country through adversity but also to inspire confidence that America could overcome anything, no matter how daunting the challenge seemed. Throughout his journey, Trump experienced tremendous personal growth. Early in his life, his brashness and unwavering confidence were sometimes seen as liabilities. As his political career progressed, however, Trump began to understand that effective leadership often meant embracing humility and listening to others. He started reflecting more deeply on his words and actions, acknowledging that true leadership required a balance of strength and understanding. In interviews after his second term, Trump reflected on how his understanding of the American people had evolved. He had gone from being a businessman and reality TV star to becoming a leader who was in tune with the concerns of everyday citizens. This growth was evident in the way he spoke about issues such as healthcare, education, and the economy. While he had always been passionate about America's future, he came to realize that leadership was not just about grand policies, it was also about making every individual feel valued and heard. Trump's journey was a reminder that growth often comes from self-reflection and openness to change. He may have started as a man determined to prove himself in business, but over the course of his career, he became a figure whose legacy was shaped by his resilience and ability to evolve as a leader. In the end, Donald Trump's story was about far more than his time in office. It was about his unwavering determination to push forward, no matter what obstacles lay in his path. His ability to rise from setbacks, stay true to his vision, and lead with an unrelenting will to succeed became a powerful example for others. Trump's journey demonstrated that success is not linear. It's about overcoming failures, making bold choices, and staying committed to one's goals even when the world seems stacked against you. His resilience wasn't just about politics, it was a mindset, a way of life that he carried with him throughout every aspect of his career. His legacy, shaped by his undying determination, would inspire generations to come. Whether people agreed with his policies or not, they could not deny the force of will that Trump exhibited throughout his life. He showed that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again, stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. Trump's legacy would be a reminder to never quit, to never stop striving, and to always believe that the next great success is just around the corner, no matter how long the journey may take.